Oh gosh. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, thank you for joining. Hope you'll like, share, and subscribe. And if you've been here for a while, thank you for coming back. And first of all, I kind of want to remind everybody to be careful out there. It's been a bad week as far as attacks go. There was an attack in Australia, and 6 people were killed. They targeted women and children. And of course, they don't have a Second Amendment right down there, so they had to wait until a police officer got there to take care of the threat. And then a few days later, a bishop was stabbed on live broadcasting. A young kid went up to the pulpit and just started stabbing him. And then every day I've gotten word on my phone that the large city in north of us and the large city below us have been having rapes and murders every day almost. And so kind of just remember to, if you're going out, to let someone know where you're going. Keep your head on the swivel, and if you can, learn how to protect yourself. So that's just kind of a little reminder to be safe. And other than that, it's been a beautiful week and bright, sunny, hot. Got a lot done. Today is the first cooler day that we've had all week. And last Saturday was absolutely gorgeous. I worked out in the garden in the morning. I put a chicken wire fence around the asparagus. And the reason I did that is because the asparagus was getting pretty tall, and I wanted to put tomatoes on the other half of the bed. And we had the chicken wire laying over the top of it, which was good for this winter, but it wasn't good because I couldn't put the tomato plants in. And the asparagus will spread out, it's a big old fern. So the chicken wire will help keep it contained within the bed. So I did that, and found a lot more solo cups. So I washed those up so I can pot up more tomatoes and peppers. And then we went to the movies. We went to see Nicolas Cage's new movie. I like Nicolas Cage. Usually I enjoy his movies. This one was not that great. So save your money. It's not worth really going to. Anyway, I didn't think so. My husband didn't think so. It was kind of a B-rated movie. It's supposed to be a horror movie, and I kept waiting for the horror, and there was never any horror. And so we did that on Saturday. Sunday, we went to church, and we had our on Sunday we went to church, and then afterwards they had a reception for one of the pastors that was retiring. And we really enjoyed talking to this pastor, Pastor Larry, and his wife Connie. Sweetest people you ever know. So we went to the reception. I was supposed to help at it, but when I got there and asked what they needed me to do, they didn't have anything for me to do. So I got to just sit, eat cake, and enjoy the company of the other people. So that was nice. By the time we got home, we realized that it was going to be hot all week, and so we put the shade cloth over the low greenhouse. We do not have a shade cloth for the tall greenhouse, and we didn't need it last year. It's next to a pear tree, and by the time that pear tree leaves out, it pretty much shades in the hottest part of the day. And so it gets good sun most of the time, but it does get that shade, which is kind of nice. So as long as the pear tree's there, I don't think I'm going to need any shade cloth for that one. And we got when I got the greenhouse, I got this code from one of the other YouTube channels where you could get certain amount of percentage off of the greenhouse, plus it came with an irrigation system. And I had just called a couple days before to get a quote on different greenhouses from them, and by the time I used the code, it came up to less than the quote that they had given me for the greenhouse. Plus I got the irrigation system, which is a $180 some odd system. So I had not unpacked that when we first put up the greenhouse, because we were so busy getting the greenhouse up, getting the other greenhouse planted, and then getting the beds in it and getting the dirt soil in it and getting it planted for the first year, that the irrigation kit just kind of got pushed to the side. And I didn't even think about it until I watched a YouTube channel the other day, and they were installing their irrigations. Oh yeah, I've got one of those. I've got to get that in. So Sunday I unpacked it, read the directions, and kind of laid it out roughly to see where it was all going to go. It will cover the high greenhouse, the low greenhouse, the herb greenhouse, the tomato trellis, and the melon patch. So I can get that whole upper part of the garden irrigated. So all I have to do is irrigate the back part, which will be, hand water the back part. So we roughly laid that out and figured out where we wanted to put it. And then I weeded the pathways inside the high greenhouse. Now my herb greenhouse has pavers in it. The low greenhouse has sand. But the high greenhouse was just the native dirt. We had not gotten around to doing anything to the paths yet. And last summer, that was a muddy mess. And we don't have many weeds in the top part, but I have a lot of weeds that grow into the pathway. So I started laying down fabric in that. And then I had to re-sow some of the seeds that were in that first bed. The peas had not come up, and when I dug down in, I could not find them. And I planted more lettuce because and I replanted the parsnips because they didn't show anything yet, and I replanted some radishes. So I did that. And on Monday, I watered the greenhouse, the seeds I planted Sunday, and then we finished laying the landscape fabric and started adding the gravel that we meant to do last year and just never got to this project. We had so many other things going on. So we're doing that today. So hopefully it won't be as muddy in here, and I can work in here without having to pull. I'm trying to make it so I don't have to do as much weeding as normal. And the beds are no problem to weed. They don't have many weeds in them, but the weeds seem like they want to come up in the pathway from the native dirt. So we've got to cover this. I weeded it all, covered it, and now we're putting the gravel over it. So hopefully we can keep the weeds down in between the beds. And Monday I put bird netting around the one strawberry bed. Gonna have to buy more bird netting. I thought I had enough to do both beds, but I don't. And started hardening off more plants. I've been doing that all week, taking them out in the balcony and bringing them back in at night. I've been doing that. And I put chicken wire around the potato patch so I can reach in to get the potatoes if I need them. Again, it was late. Last year I had it just laying over the top, and that was a disadvantage because I couldn't reach in and get new potatoes without pulling the whole plant up. So this year I'm just put the chicken wire around the sides so I can do that. And Tuesday we worked on the irrigation system some more, and I ordered some parts that I needed because we went out looking for parts, but nowhere around here does irrigation. I do field irrigation, but not really field greenhouses or small gardens. It's mainly the big fields. And then I also took care of all the houseplants. We moved them back into the sunroom, and I trimmed off all the dead leaves. I took some cuttings off of some of them to see if I can propagate them. And I top dressed them. And then I went and got my hair cut. And on Wednesday worked a little bit more on the irrigation system. We decided that we wanted to bury the hose, the water line between the two greenhouses, or between the three greenhouses. We wanted to bury that into the ground. And so we bought some PVC pipe and buried that, and then ran the tubing through the pipe. And the reason we did that is because we have a lot of mows. We have a lot of tree roots from the fruit trees, and that irrigation pipe is not really that thick. It's kind of thin walled, so we wanted to protect it as much as possible. And we also wanted it to be easy to replace if we ever have to replace it, because it's a lot easier just to run it through that pipe than it would be to dig it completely up and have to dig it again. And he mowed the front yards, and I sowed some kale and some Swiss chard in the low greenhouse. I haven't got much planted in the high greenhouse yet, mainly because we're running the irrigation system, and I don't want to plant anything in the beds yet because we're going to be working around here. As you can see, the bed that is planted with the onions and the lettuce and stuff, we got hose all over the place, so hopefully it won't interfere with any of the onions and the lettuce. I got more lettuce coming up. I kind of put my lettuces a little at a time because we don't eat much, and that way by the time these are done, the ones that I've seeded next door to them will be ready to eat. Blueberries back in the corner are starting to bloom. We got potatoes here and potatoes back there, and onions and leeks up here. And the rest of this stuff is going to be warm weather plants. I'm going to put peppers up here, hot peppers up here, popcorn and pole beans, some tomatoes back in the corner. This one's going to be sweet corn, and this is going to be green beans and tomatoes. So that is what we've got going on in the high greenhouse at the mid-April time. Okay, we got the peas. These are the second round of peas. And we got the turnips, we got the beets, the Brussels sprouts are doing well. Just finished sowing the kale in this area, and the Swiss chard. Those are the older peas, and the strawberries that we overwintered in here, only about half of them have come back. The lettuce isn't too bad. The spinach, not very many of the spinach came up, so I'll have to redo the spinach. But the lettuce is doing really nice. Over here, we haven't got anything planned yet. And the potatoes on the end are doing really well. So that's what we got going in the low greenhouse. And on Wednesday, one cat, the newest stray, which has been home there for about 2 years now, he never came home. So we don't know. He's the only one that hasn't been neutered. And the reason we didn't get him neutered is because of age, and also the fact that he was pretty thin and pretty beat up. Had something with his fur, and so we've been treating him for that and trying to get him back up to where weight-wise, so that I feel comfortable having him taken to the vet. And then we kind of decided that he's pretty old. We found out they actually once belonged to our neighbor and had ran away, and so we found out he was like 10 years old. So he's quite old for a barn cat. So we decided really not to get him neutered. And so it's that time of year, spring, and I'm not too worried. I'm just a little concerned that he hasn't come back yet, because he left. We didn't come home Wednesday. Tuesday night he came home at like midnight, and then Wednesday he never came home. Thursday he never came home. This morning he wasn't home yet, so I'm kind of starting to get worried a little bit. We've kind of walked the road and to see if there's any dead cats on the side of the road, and did not find any, thank goodness. So hopefully he's okay, and we're just waiting for him to come home. An update on Princess: she's still alive. She's eating very little, but she's active. A little slow because she has lost quite a bit of weight, but she's still alive, so that's one good thing. And we've been giving her medicine once a day, like the vet said. So, and update on shoes: she's not being able to use that one leg at all, the one that she hurt 3 years ago. That arthritis has set in. I do physical therapy on it every night, making it move, and some nights she yelps, and some nights it's okay. Some nights it's real stiff, and I have to really rub it and massage it a lot before she'll start moving it. So she doesn't use it. She kind of drags it. So she needs a lot of help when I take her in and out. But other than that, she's eating well. She's alert. She still thinks she's a guard dog. She barks at everything that she sees out the window. So as long as she's still got that spirit and that happiness, I can deal with helping her in and out and getting up and moving her. And on Thursday I finished that memorial stepping stone. It took a while. Very pleased with the way it turned out. There's some things that I probably would do differently if I was doing it again. I would put the little stones a little bit closer together. But since this is an outdoor piece, it's going to be outside all the time, I want there to be plenty of cement or thin set between the stones to hold them in place. So they're spaced a little bit farther apart than what I would put them if I was grouting it normally, or for an indoor use, or for myself. But since this is not going to be somewhere where they're going to be able to maintain it constantly, I didn't want any of the stones tiles to pop out. So I got it finished, and I sent a picture to the lady, and she loves it. So made arrangements to take it to her, and got that done. Friday it was kind of cooler, sweatshirt day, so you can tell I got a sweatshirt on. We're at the apartments where he's mowing the grass. He's mowed the grass at our house. He's mowed the grass at my mom's old house. And he's mowed the grass here. So we've been busy with that. And then we've been to the gym 3 times this week. Going there after I get through with this. And then I'll have to go home and edit this and get it put up for today. So it's been a busy week. So I hope you are enjoying this beautiful weather. We have a few more nights where it's supposed to be kind of cool. But other than that, hopefully the warm weather is going to be here for the summer. I'm definitely ready for it. I'm itching to get my warm weather plants out of the house and into the garden. So if you would, like, share, subscribe. Remember to dream big, follow that dream. Thank you for watching, and God bless everybody. Bye. See you in the next video.